In a world where everyone has their own YouTube channel and podcast, this guy had a YouTube channel but no podcast. Now, here's the guy with zero original ideas.
He's a little girl in big boy pants.
It's Shawn Cash and the Shawn Cash Podcast.
I am racking my brain, but I can't even begin to imagine why you'd make something like this.
Hello! I know it has been a while since I have done a video, and so I thought I would do a quick podcast to kind of update you on some things that have been going on. I know you know that I've been working on some actual budgeted movies, and it's been amazing. I've had a chance to go visit some really cool places, and I'll get to all of that, but I am working on some projects. The 3D printer here, the resin printer, I am working on a project with the resin printer. As Adam Savage would say, I'm also working on some shop infrastructure builds and some things around my shop that I will share. And I just wanted to update you. I have some questions from some Patreon members and a lot of things to get to. So on with the questions, and I'll try and get to these first. It says, I know you had mentioned that when you were on the set, you wanted to do t-shirts. I was just curious what you would do if you could make t-shirts. Oh, a great question. So I'll use this as a chance to thank Ado. Ado is a guy with FabWorks who is part of the Star Wars Room Builders group and is amazing with the Adobe Illustrator program. And I know he does a lot of logos and graphics and things like that. And I had mentioned that when I was on set, I saw a lot of people with their logoed t-shirts and it said what they did on the back of the t-shirts, and they were all walking around on set, and I didn't have anything. And so I decided to go with my 53 Cent Productions, as I had mentioned before. That was the company that I created to remind me that sometimes you do things for the love of doing them, not for the money that it brings in, because 53 cents is what I've made from my YouTube channel. But I still love doing it, and I love being a part of it, and I needed a logo for 53 Cent Productions and a website. I contacted Ado and I said, here's kind of the idea that I wanted. I need something that I can spray paint on things, and it has to be fairly basic. And he, being the amazing guy he is, did a quick logo for me based on the specs that I had given him. And I've made it into t-shirts. I've made it into stickers. I've done a bunch of different things with it so that I can put this logo onto things like Apple boxes and a bunch of things on set so that I know that they're mine. And Ado did this for me, and I kept trying to get him to take money for it, and he wouldn't. And he's an amazing guy. If you haven't yet checked out his channel, make sure you check out Ado more. But a huge thank you to him, and a thank you to so many different people. Ado also came through. I'll show you a picture here in just a second. One of the things that I was asked to do in less than 24 hours was I was supposed to have on set for a scene where the president was signing some documents. They wanted the president's little mini table that he signs the documents on inside some super official looking room, and he was supposed to be signing these documents. And it has, on this table, the front of it has a little presidential seal. And they had ordered a presidential seal from Amazon, from some Etsy store, and it looked terrible. It looked super cheap and didn't look like the real seal. So they came to me and said, hey, is there any way that you can have this for tomorrow on set? And so what I did is I went home and I spent, I don't know, it was maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning working on a seal. And I printed it so that it was on photo paper, and then I did a circle on my Glowforge so that I could mount it to that circle, but I wanted some different raised parts of it, and here's the seal here. You'll notice the letters around it are actually raised, and the rings and stuff like that, and I couldn't quickly figure out a way to do that, and Ado helped with some turning this into an SVG file so that I could individually cut out each one of those letters and glue them on and do a bunch of different things so that this presidential seal had dimension on set. Spent all night doing that. Probably took way too much time. You'll probably never even notice that it has that, but it's those little details that I focus on. And for those that follow this channel, you already know that I I over focus on small details like that. But everybody loved it on set, and I was proud to bring that to set, and it was a big thanks to Ado Morin again for helping out with that. Another question. I know you are having fun doing projects for film. Would you ever get back, into radio? I don't know. So in the day job that I have, I am selling ads for radio. And because I'm in the building and because there are things that always need last minute production done, I've done a lot of commercials for on air in the time that I'm supposed to be selling radio time. And I'll just tell you the story. So I had one of the salespeople come up to me and they said, hey, we have a client that needs this commercial to start tomorrow. And it was for some gun and ammo shop or something. And they said, is there any way that you could just cut this? Because the production people, the people that are supposed to do the commercials, they say it takes a couple days to actually do it. And they want this on the air tomorrow. And it was something for the holidays. And I said, yeah, of course, I can go do it. So I go upstairs, I record it. They didn't like it. Their quote was, can we have somebody with more of a manly voice? Anyway, I thought it was funny. I'm not offended by things like that. I really don't care. I did radio for 18 years, and in radio you get criticized for everything, and you have to have a thick skin for things like that. So critiquing of how you sound and how you actually do things, I'm very used to. So I apologize for those of you watching this. I'll try and have a manlier voice. All right. I read something that you posted to something on Instagram about creative inspiration that really spoke to me as well. Thank you for the inspiration. Where did you get that? I think that's a reference. All right. So, I was watching the Industrial Light and Magic special, and I'm going to paraphrase this and butcher this because I should have prepared more and actually looked that quote up. And it was the guy who went off and started Adobe Photoshop, and he was talking about needing a creative outlet and not being fulfilled unless he was able to do things that satisfied that creative side of his brain. And I don't remember the quote off the top of my head. I think I posted that. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I give a lot of hints and things that I have for projects coming up, and that's where I made this quote, and it was in response to somebody else who had posted something that they had made, and I stole his quote. I can't remember the exact details of it, but it was just talking about how he needed things to fill his soul creatively. And that's kind of what this YouTube channel is for me. And that's what building things on set, it's so outside of my comfort zone, and I can't explain, but it's fun to have the director or somebody come up to you and say, hey, is there any way that you can make this? And to go back and to look at all of the crap you have sitting around and think, God, can I make that? Can I do something convincing to put on camera that is going to actually work for this scene? And it's neat. Actually, all right. It was I Ain't Your Wookie that had posted something. He was talking about working on a prop as therapy, and it was John Knoll. I knew if I just stalled long enough, it would come to me. John Knoll is the person who had the quote, and it was like the third or fourth episode of it, and he said that he works on hobbies and projects to keep himself creatively sane. And again, I'm probably paraphrasing that a bit, but I really related to that, and I really enjoyed that comment, because I feel the same way. And this YouTube channel and the support of you guys watching this is that for me. And I appreciate every one of you for watching those. I appreciate everybody for throwing these questions into me, and I just wanted to make a quick video, give you some updates. If you follow me on Instagram, I am working on something that was from the Netflix show Wednesday. There was something that really rang true on that show as I was watching it with the family, and I immediately thought, oh my gosh, I have got to make that. And I tried a couple different ways of making it. I tried it with the Glowforge, and then realized I needed to stop being afraid of 3D modeling and to 3D model something and use this Saturn S printer and to resin print it. I've had this for probably 3 months now, and I needed to stop being afraid of it and just do it. And I'm really close on that, and that project will be coming up very soon. I do have some props from the set that I wanted to share. I will do that as well. And I'll tell you another quick story. So I also got to visit Blue Cloud Ranch. They filmed part of the movie that I'm working on at Blue Cloud Ranch. And I know that no one knows what that place is, but Blue Cloud Ranch is a place that a lot of movies, including Iron Man, American Sniper, there's a couple different new Netflix shows that they were filming there when we were there. It's called Rebel Moon. There was an Apple TV series, something like The Old Man or something, that was being filmed there. The movie Nope was filmed in part there, and it was just fun to walk through the sets of this movie studio that it was supposed to look like all of these different places. And I had so many ideas going through my head, and I can't share them all because they're pipe dreams, but that was really inspirational and gave me a lot of ideas of things that would be really cool to do in the Sacramento area. Anyway, I don't want to share too much because I don't know what will come of that, but I'm doing a lot of things creatively. I'm going to share everything with you. I do have some projects and some builds that I have coming up that I want to share, but I just wanted to do a quick PodCash and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, or whatever you celebrate, or whatever holiday or this time of year means to you as we get ready to go into a new year. I have a lot of things planned for the new year, and I'm still working on movies, and I'm gonna bring all of you along with me. And I apologize for the gaps between the build videos, but I am still doing build videos, and I will still share all of that with you. And if there's anything that I make that has some sort of a file or a 3D print or anything, I will continue to share all of that for free as a thank you just for watching this channel and putting up with me. But I just wanted to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you for watching Try to Finish Something, and we'll see you next time.